the line is, these are our wartime allies. We want to keep this alliance going. You have got to work with them, which is what Brigadier Looney Hind tries to do on behalf of the British. But Colonel Howley realizes that you simply can't. And the arguments that take place in the Commendatura, which is this building where they sit around a long table and they try and thrash out the problems. And it's fascinating because every single word ever uttered inside that building was noted down verbatim. So we have every argument recorded.
Wow.
And so it's you have arguments. So in the early days, for example, they all agree that Berliners have to be living on rationed food because there's very limited amounts of rations. But who gets the most rations? And this becomes one of the first great arguments. So Colonel Howley and Brigadier Hind say, well, obviously it should be the sick and the infirm, the elderly. And the Soviet opposite numbers say, hold on, no, it should be the most important people. It should be the politicians and the journalists. They're shaping opinion. And Colonel Howley turns to his Soviet opposite number and he says, you can't kick a lady when she's down. And the Soviet commandant smiles at him and says, my dear Colonel Howley, that is exactly when you should kick them. And that's sort of one example of just how no one is going to see eye to eye. And obviously that's just one tiny example, but this—
So they're just coming at it from just totally different worldviews. Everything about it is just, every parameter is different, isn't it?
It is, and another example being denazification, which is that the Western Allies have decided that Berlin and Germany has to be denazified. Nazis have to be ruthlessly tracked and hunted and brought to justice. Whereas the Soviets are already thinking, hold on, these guys could be pretty useful to us, and they're prepared to, issue them carte blanche, clean slate, and then bring them on board and use them. Of course, as you well know, the Americans will also be doing this quietly, privately. We have Operation Paperclip, grabbing all the scientists and everything. But the Soviets really, from day one, long before the Western Allies arrive in Berlin, they're trying to round up all the useful and influential ex-Nazis and bring them on board.
Gosh.